Hi everyone, welcome back to Stamp with Anna. And today I'm going to show you yet another card that I made using the Christmas quilt stamp set. And it's a bundle actually. It comes with coordinating framelits. And as I said on Monday, this set is currently in the holiday catalog, but it's not going to be carried over. It's going to retire January 2nd. And although the name of the set is Christmas Quilt, and it does have a lot of Christmassy images on it, like even the sentiment, have yourself a merry little Christmas, you can do so much more with this. Monday, I showed you how I made a baby card with it. Today we're going to use it to make a sympathy card, and it has a nice autumn feel to it. Although we're in winter, I liked the colors. I love these autumn colors, the Regals. So this is what we're going to make using a set that's called Christmas Quilt. So thinking outside the box just a tiny bit will get you more bang for your buck when you go use your stamps. So the stamp set that I just showed you comes with coordinating dies. And this is the quilt, the basic quilt that I used for the baby card. And these are all more quilting pieces. But today we're going to use this die here. And it's going to cut out our flowers. So the first thing we're going to do is gather our paper. And the base is always artichoke, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have our matting piece, which is Whisper White, and that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have our card front, which is crushed curry, 3 3/4 by 5. Then we do need some scrap crushed curry to make our flowers, and some scrap always artichoke to make our leaves. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat because this is a photopolymer stamp set. I'm going to grab my scrap of crushed curry, and using soft suede, I'm going to stamp 6 of these flowers. Now we do have to die cut them, so I want to make sure that I have enough room in between. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then I'm going to take this small little stamp here, and on 3 of these I'm going to stamp this twice in the center. There's 1, and then I'm going to offset it and stamp it again. Okay. And I'm just going to do that to 3 of them. Those are going to be the tops. Now actually, I don't like this one here. It's a little wonky. So I'm going to do it on another one here. And then I'm just going to end up using that one for my back piece. Okay, better. Now I need to die cut. But while I'm going over there, I'm going to also stamp my sentiment, because I have to die cut that out. And I'm going to use this Thoughts and Prayers set. It's a 2-package set, and I'm going to use this sentiment here, sharing in your sorrow. So I'm going to ink that up with soft suede as well, and I'm going to just drop that right there. Now when I go over there to do my die cutting, I'm going to use this framelit from the Quilt Builder, and I'm going to cut out all 6 of these. Then I'm going to use this framelit from the Stitched Shapes framelit, and I thought it was perfect because the flowers have the stitching on it, and this would be perfect for that too. And I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to go do all my die cutting, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with my pieces, and so now we have to assemble our flowers. And what I'm going to do before I put my flowers together is I'm going to bring in crushed curry, and I'm going to use a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to lightly touch the tips of this card. Because I'm going to put crushed curry flowers on crushed curry paper, I do want to have the border of the flowers pop a little bit. So adding a little bit more crushed curry on the corners, on the edges of it, will make that jump off the page. And while I have this, I'm going to do it to my sentiment as well. Just very lightly. You don't want to make a blob on it. You just want it to stand out a little bit. Okay, so now I have my flowers done, and I'm going to take my pierce tool, and if you don't have a pierce tool, the top of a pen cap will do fine for this one too. I'm going to take the flower that isn't stamped in the middle, and I'm going to tip it over, and with the edge of my pierce tool, I'm just going to rub circles, make circles on the corners here, and that's going to make the edges turn up a little bit. See, so when I flip it over, you see how it's standing up? Now with the one that has the stamping in the center, I'm going to keep that one face up, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to rub my pierce tool edge in each one of my leaves. Now there is a special tool out there that you could get to do this, but like I said, this works just fine. So now I'm going to take some glue dots, and I'm going to put a couple glue dots in the center of my leaf, and I'm going to offset my leaves and press. Now you see, when you press it, see how the back ones are curled under and the top ones are curled up. And I've already done the other two, so I have 3 flowers. Now I need to make my leaves, and to make my leaves I have some scrap always artichoke, and I'm going to use the leaf punch. This is part of the Painted Harvest bundle that's also in the holiday catalog. This will be being carried over, so there's no hurry to get it if you haven't gotten it already. It will be carried over. So I need 3 of those. I've already done 2 just to save some time. And now I'm going to do the same thing with accenting my leaves. I have a sponge dauber, and with always artichoke, I'm just going to dot the edges of these leaves. Okay. And here are the other 2 that I already did. Now all of my sponging is done, and now it's just a matter of assembly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flowers, and I'm going to put some excuse me, glue dots on the back of them, and then I'm going to attach it to my leaf. Lots of glue dots on this project. I love glue dots. Oh, a glue dot fell off of that one. And there we have our 3 flowers. Now we're going to assemble. And bring in my crushed curry and more glue dots. And I'm going to just place my flower where I want it. I'm going to put this one up in the corner, pressing down in the center. Keep my little leaves up. And you can use more leaves, more flowers, less flowers. This is just my take on it. And I'm going to just kind of tuck them in a little bit so they're overlapping a tiny bit. And push it down. And then I'm going to do the last one. And I'm going to put the leaves over on this side for that. There we go. Now I'm going to come in with some ribbon, and this is, I'm sorry, Retired Always Artichoke Seam Binding. Any kind of Always Artichoke would work though. So I'm going to attach that with some snail. I'm going to turn my card over. I'm going to attach a little bit of snail there. And then I'm just going to run this edge around the back. There and there. And I might have cut that a bit too long, so I'm just going to trim that because I don't want extra bulk back there. Now I'm going to use some more snail and attach this to my matting piece. And then I'm going to attach that whole piece to my card base. There it is. I lost my card base for a second. And there's my card base. Let me just turn that over. The last thing I need to do is just attach my sentiment. And I'm going to put that right there so that it's a little on and a little off. And there we have it. A nice fall colored sympathy card made with a Christmas quilt stamp set. So when you buy your stamp sets, look at it. Try to find a way to use them outside the box. So again, this stamp set and the bundle is available until January 2nd, 2018. Then it will be discontinued. So get it while you can, because you can use this in so many, many different ways. If you have any questions about this project or any of the products, certainly contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. And if you don't have a demonstrator that you work with and you'd like a copy of the new Occasions catalog that's coming out in January, certainly let me know and I'll be glad to drop it in the mail to you. Thanks so much. I'll catch you back here Friday for another outside the box way to use Christmas quilt. Bye-bye.